Welcome back to NT Coins World, the ultimate destination for every coin enthusiast. Today, we're diving deep into two of the most iconic and historically rich coins from the State Quarters program, starting with the 2006 D South Dakota State Quarter Dollar coin and the 2008 D Oklahoma State's Quarter Dollar coin. If you're holding on to one of these, or maybe you've spotted one in your change and thought nothing of it, this episode is going to open your eyes to just how special this little piece of metal truly is. Buckle in, because the story of the South Dakota State Quarter, Oklahoma State's Quarter Dollar coin is packed with heritage, craftsmanship, symbolism, and a few surprises that could make it worth far more than face value. Let's get started. The first coin, the 2006 D South Dakota State Quarter, was released as the 40th coin in the 50 State Quarters program, an ambitious series launched by the United States Mint to celebrate the unique identity of every U.S. state. Issued in 2006, this particular coin proudly represents the state of South Dakota, which joined the Union in 1889. The Denver Mint handled a substantial portion of the minting duties for this coin, producing a large number of the 2006 D variety, with a total mintage of approximately 265.8 million coins. But what makes this coin truly memorable isn't just its mintage, it's the artistry, the historical reflection, and the powerful narrative etched into its design. The reverse side of the South Dakota Quarter features an iconic rendering of Mount Rushmore, a monument that is almost synonymous with American patriotism and resilience. Sculpted into the granite face of the Black Hills, Mount Rushmore features the visages of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each of these leaders was selected to represent a pivotal aspect of the American experience: the birth, growth, development, and preservation of the nation. In addition to Mount Rushmore, the coin features a ring-necked pheasant flying above a sweeping field of grain. Now, this isn't just a random bird. The ring-necked pheasant holds the title of the state bird of South Dakota. Its inclusion connects the coin directly to the natural beauty and ecological significance of the state. And surrounding the pheasant are stalks of wheat, symbolizing South Dakota's long-standing agricultural heritage. Agriculture has played a critical role in the state's economy and identity, from vast wheat fields to livestock and corn production. The coin's design was selected through a statewide competition and public vote, reflecting the voices of thousands of South Dakotans. This collaborative process ensured the final product resonated deeply with the people it represents. Let's now explore the inscriptions, a detail that often gets overlooked but offers so much character to these quarters. The words South Dakota and 1889 are inscribed at the top, marking both the state and the year it was admitted into the Union. The date 2006 at the bottom denotes the year of the coin's issue. Of course, a pluribus unum, the timeless Latin phrase meaning out of many, one, is also present, anchoring the coin within the broader ideals of unity that the US was built upon. On the obverse side, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. This image has graced the quarter since 1932, but it received a slight refinement for the State Quarters program to enhance its visibility and contrast with the unique state designs on the reverse. Now let's get into the specifics of the 2006 D Mint mark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific mints in U.S. history. Located in Colorado, the Denver Mint has long been responsible for producing coinage for circulation in the western United States. The mint mark itself appears just beneath the inscription "In God We Trust" on the obverse, close to Washington's ponytail. The condition of your coin matters immensely in determining its market value. A 2006 D South Dakota State Quarter, in average, circulated condition might fetch somewhere between 25 and 50 cents, depending on demand. But coins in fine to extremely fine condition, particularly those with strong luster, minimal wear, and sharp detail, could command a few dollars among collectors. Uncirculated or mint state versions, especially those graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can be valued significantly higher, often between $5 and $20. In rare instances where a coin exhibits perfect centering, no contact marks and flawless surfaces, it may fetch well over $50 or even more at auction. What about errors? Coin errors are a magnet for collectors, and the 2006 D South Dakota quarter isn't without its quirks. Some known errors include die cracks, where the metal splits slightly during striking, creating raised lines on the coin. Others involve off-center strikes, which are always a favorite among collectors for their visual distinctiveness. One of the more valuable errors associated with this coin is the cud error, where a portion of the coin's design is missing due to a damaged die. These errors can command prices ranging from $20 to several $100 depending on severity and visibility. Even more rare are coins with doubling in the design elements, known as double die errors. Although not extensively documented for the 2006-D South Dakota coin, any discovery of such doubling, particularly around the letters or pheasant details, could significantly increase a coin's desirability and value. In terms of collector interest, this coin stands tall among its peers. As the 40th release in the series, it came at a time when the State Quarters program had matured and captured the attention of a vast audience, from novice collectors to seasoned numismatists. Its inclusion of Mount Rushmore, a monument that is physically located in South Dakota, gives it a powerful geographical relevance that not all state quarters achieve. Some quarters had to use symbolic representations, but South Dakota's coin features a national landmark directly tied to its soil. Moreover, because South Dakota is not among the most populous states, there's a certain novelty to the coin for collectors in more distant regions who may not see it in circulation as frequently. Combine that with its aesthetic appeal, the detailed rendering of Mount Rushmore, the motion of the pheasant in flight, and the agricultural imagery, and you have a coin that captures both the eye and the imagination. Another point to consider is how well these coins age. Unlike heavily circulated quarters from earlier decades, state quarters often end up in collections or coin jars shortly after release. That means many 2006 D South Dakota quarters remain in relatively good shape even nearly 2 decades later. If you're looking to complete a full state quarters album, the South Dakota coin is a crucial piece, both for its placement in the sequence and its design quality. For investors and collectors aiming to preserve long-term value, acquiring this coin in certified mint state condition is advisable. Slabbed coins, those encapsulated and graded by third-party services, offer a level of assurance and liquidity that raw coins cannot match. And while the values of common circulated pieces may not skyrocket overnight, the pristine examples hold strong as a testament to America's evolving coinage story. Even beyond numismatics, this coin is a work of narrative art. It speaks to South Dakota's identity, its majestic landscapes, agricultural roots, and contributions to the national story. Whether you collect for passion, investment, or a bit of both, the 2006-D South Dakota State Quarter is a cornerstone piece, rich in detail, with layers of historical, cultural, and financial intrigue. We'll be right back with our second featured coin today, but before we move on, take a moment to check your pocket change. Who knows, you might be holding a small but powerful piece of American legacy. Let's continue our deep dive with another spectacular gem from the U.S. State Quarters program, the 2008 D Oklahoma State Quarter. This one is more than just a pocket-sized piece of currency. It's a tribute to the deep-rooted spirit, history, and natural beauty of Oklahoma. Whether you're a long-time collector or a casual viewer just getting started, you're about to discover why this coin deserves a prominent place in any numismatic collection. The Oklahoma State Quarter was the 46th coin released in the State Quarters program and arrived in 2008, just 2 years before the series concluded. Minted by the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark, this coin had a total production run of approximately 194.6 million pieces. While that number might suggest the coin is easy to find, its condition and specific features can greatly influence its desirability and value. Let's begin with the design, which is among the most elegant and symbol-rich of the entire series. The reverse side of the coin features a graceful rendition of the scissor-tailed flycatcher, Oklahoma's official state bird, soaring above a field of wildflowers. This isn't just a pretty picture, it's a representation of Oklahoma's rich ecological heritage and natural splendor. The scissor-tailed flycatcher, with its long, forked tail and graceful flight, is native to the south-central United States and is particularly abundant in Oklahoma. It's known not just for its beauty, but for its acrobatic flying skills, especially during courtship displays. Capturing the bird mid-flight was an inspired design choice, conveying motion, elegance, and the untamed spirit of the state. The background features a spray of Indian blanket wildflowers, Oklahoma's state flower. Their vivid red and yellow hues and resilience in the state's often harsh climate make them a fitting botanical emblem. This dual imagery, just a bird and bloom, connects the coin directly to the land, flora, and fauna of Oklahoma in a way few other state quarters manage. Above this beautifully composed scene are the inscriptions Oklahoma and 1907, marking the state's name and the year it was admitted to the Union. Below are 2008 and the ever-present E pluribus unum, connecting the coin to the larger federal identity and to the program's overarching theme of unity through diversity. The obverse side retains the familiar and dignified portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan and updated slightly for clarity in this modern series. The placement of the Denver Mint's D mint mark is just below the inscription "In God We Trust," near Washington's ponytail, consistent with the other coins in this program. Collectors often seek out the Oklahoma State Quarter for both aesthetic and thematic reasons. Its elegant, clean design stands out, especially in mint or fine condition. A 2008 D Oklahoma quarter in circulated condition generally holds a value close to its face, around 25 to 50 cents. But when you move into fine and extra fine condition, prices begin to climb. Uncirculated versions can fetch between $1 and $3, while MS65 and higher examples, especially those with full original luster and no contact marks, often sell for $5 to $15. Let's talk about mint errors, a fascinating subject for collectors. Known errors on the 2008 D Oklahoma quarter include die chips, which appear as raised, unintentional blobs of metal on the coin's surface. These are often seen near the flycatcher's tail or around the floral elements. There have also been instances of off-center strikes, which can command significantly higher premiums depending on severity. Additionally, any coin exhibiting doubling in the inscriptions or bird's details should be closely examined and potentially submitted for certification, as a double die error can add significant value. Even more desirable are coins that exhibit a satin finish, produced as part of special mint sets. These coins aren't intended for circulation and thus maintain pristine surfaces. A satin finish 2008-D Oklahoma quarter in top condition, particularly those graded MS67 or MS68, can be quite valuable, fetching anywhere from $20 to over $100 depending on the buyer and market conditions. For collectors who cherish full sets, the Oklahoma quarter is essential. Being the 46th in the series, it comes near the end of the run, when minting quality had improved and artistic designs had reached their peak sophistication. Its symbolism, tied so closely to the land and spirit of Oklahoma, gives it both regional pride and national interest. Interest in this coin extends beyond just numismatists. Nature lovers, birdwatchers, and those with ties to Oklahoma often seek it out as a keepsake. The coin's design has been praised for its balance, composition, and delicate detail, all of which shine most brightly in fine or uncirculated condition. In summary, the 2008-D Oklahoma State Quarter is more than a coin. It's a celebration of motion, nature, and state pride, frozen forever in a medium that travels through hands, time, and history. Its rich symbolism, scarcity in higher grades, and beautiful design make it a standout piece in the monumental State Quarters program. So next time you're sorting through your change or thumbing through a coin collection, pay special attention to the Oklahoma quarter. You might just be holding on to a tiny masterpiece, one that speaks volumes about America's heartland and the enduring legacy of US coinage. Stay tuned, because here at NT Coins World, we're just getting started bringing you the stories behind the coins you thought you knew.